website and look under CCX, the Chicago Climate Exchange.
Oh,
You'll
for
see-
these credits?
Yep.
these climate
You'll see
credits.
how Mr. Obama, Mr. Soros, and Mr. VP
Well,
are scamming the country.
you did basically have professors trying to run a free market there, so you know there's going to be some
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of problem with that.
It's a really interesting thing.
What's that website?
Scary. Glenbeck.com, and just look for CCX. Goldman Sachs underwrote the whole thing for Soros.
Pretty dirty, huh?
It's a really scary thing, boy. It's scary.
You and I aren't making.
The taxes on Long Island, are we taxing the whole population out of Long Island?
I mean, absolutely, we are. I mean, you see it. Suffolk County.
Property taxes?
Well, in property tax, but here's another thing with the healthcare bill, which is there are a lot of unfunded mandates that are going to have to fall in localities when they can least afford it.
Right.
So that's the only way you can. That's the only way that this bill is going to pay for itself at all. And so, I mean, again, this is the federal government hitting localities when they can least afford it, and especially in Suffolk County. I think Suffolk County has in the country. I believe it's the country. Suffolk County is. I know it's in the top 10. I think it's the 4th highest tax county in the country, and something like 9 out of 10 are in New York State.
Yep.
And it's just local taxes are just out of control.
Right.
And they're driving people out. They're driving families out.
A lot of that's a state problem, not a federal problem.
But no,
That's
but
the
this is why it's important. It's because they're unfunded mandates that are thrown on the backs of states and then thrown on localities by the federal government.
$1 million unfunded medical for our school district.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, the medical and the pensions.
But it's the healthcare bill. It's the healthcare bill that's adding on just another one. My point is, I can't solve all the problems. There's obviously
Why not?
with local tax. I'll try. But what I can do is tell you that these unfunded mandates it's wrong. That's just the government passing the buck, passing accountability, so that we can't even figure out who to blame anymore.
Exactly.
And that's a huge problem.
Yep.
That's a huge problem.
So how do we fix that? How do we fix the,
One thing is I can go to Congress and say, in terms of these massive unfunded mandates, I'm not for those. I'm not for putting more pressure on these localities. I'm for common sense solutions, like we were talking about with the healthcare bill, for those solutions. Once we get down to those few million people that actually can't get insurance, it's not a $1 trillion huge government takeover, which is going to raise taxes and drive businesses out of business. It's a much smaller fix, a much simpler fix. The fix we had talked about, buying healthcare insurance across state lines, that doesn't cost anything. That doesn't cost the federal government anything. You're going to get millions of younger people insured. So when I go to Washington, I can tell you, those are the types of solutions I'm going to look for first. I'm going to look at how can we bring costs out of the system by switching maybe over to arbitration based to get rid of the trial lawyers,
But the
lobbying,
issue
things like that.
becomes, that's what